Welcome to No Ideas Original Sports. I'm here with Reem and Theo. How y'all doing this week?
Doing pretty good.
Cold as well. A little cold in the house, but I'm good. I'm good otherwise.
Yeah, we got a couple of things going on in sports. First, I want to just kind of take it back to last weekend with the Canelo and Caleb Plant fight. What'd you guys think of that fight?
I'm definitely not surprised that Canelo won. I don't think I necessarily had him winning by knockout, but the outcome I'm not surprised by. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, it's what I thought it would be. I didn't think it lasted that long. I think Kittle playing kind of frustrated him a little bit in the early rounds, sticking and moving. He's a better boxer than I thought he would be. But that being said, the outcome of the fight, I had him like maybe a seventh round knockout. I guess he had won him like my 11th round. So all in all, it was a good fight. And I've noticed how Plant was trying to use that Floyd defense too during the fight too. I noticed that too. But it worked sometimes. Sometimes it didn't work.
Yeah,
So other than that, was a good fight though. I see he got through his frustration of Plant's defense and got a knockout victory.
yeah. I think listen, it was good. It did last longer than what I thought it would. I think that benefited Plant because I think if he would have gone out there and got knocked out quick, you don't get a lot of fights after that. By him hanging in there for a little bit or
Well
whatever,
said.
yeah, he'll get some more opportunities and stuff.
Right.
Well,
I like that.
who's next for Canelo though? Who do you
And
guys
I
think he
guess
can fight?
who's next for Plant? you know,
Yeah,
like where do they both go from here?
yeah, because Canelo's unified the title now. So I mean, I'm guessing a lot of these organizations are going to try to get him to start trying to fight their mandatory number ones and stuff like that. Probably.
Right. Right. Well, he could fight, Charlos, one of the Charlo
Yeah,
brothers.
yeah,
He could fight Triple G again. He could fight a guy named Betevidev.
yeah.
He's pretty good
Yeah,
too as well. This guy's out there to fight him though, to give him a run for his money for sure. I
They
don't, I
were
don't
talking.
think I don't think Charlo could beat him though, but other guys have a chance of beating him for sure.
They were talking about because they were surprised that they were able to put that Plant fight together so easy because he's with these guys. What are they? What boxing organization is he with?
Heyman and them
Al
guys.
Heyman. So they were talking about possibly Canelo fighting somebody else from Al Heyman's camp
Mm.
as being that might have been part of the deal or something.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I do recall early on negotiations that he had to offer like 8 million. Then he said yes. Then he refused. They gave him 10 million. He decided, cool, I'll go forward with the fight. So it's all about money right now. Came to plan. So he got his 10 million instead of 8. But I was
Yeah,
trying to figure out who they got in that division, that weight class. Maybe Charlo, I'm assuming, but
yeah. There's nobody.
there's nobody that I guess in that weight class. That fighters though, but not in that weight class, I don't think.
Somebody would have to come up to make it interesting or something.
Right. He probably have
Yeah,
to move up for
Hmm.
sure.
I'm gonna throw another one out at you guys while we're talking about boxing. What about the Bud and Porter fight?
So another 2 more weeks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
coming up.
I mean, I think it'll be an exciting fight because I don't think so. I think Porter's definitely going to press the issue. It's not going to be one of those ones where you could kind of hide out a little bit. So
Right. Right.
it's definitely
Well, it
going to
should
be
be a
interesting.
good fight.
I give Porter a good shot. So the upset Crawford. I have Crawford winning the fight, going into the fight. He's a favorite for
Yeah,
sure. But every time I watch Crawford fight, for some reason, that fight when he fought the short Dominican dude, I forgot his name right now.
yeah.
And and the
It was
dude
a
was
lot
dude,
tougher. Yeah,
yeah, and the dude was shorter than him, was short arm. I forgot his name right now. He's a good fighter too. And he was winning the fight until, I guess the Crawford adjusted when not southpaw, but I guess regular stance, because Crawford kind of southpaw during
yeah,
his fight. So he changed his style to right-handed style in Gamboa before
yeah.
Gamboa.
'Cause I remember that guy gave him a little bit of hell.
Yeah, listen, I had Gamboa win in the first 5 or 6 rounds.
Yeah,
And,
he
and,
was
and he
giving him
switched
hell.
up, and then he caught Gamboa with the right hand, because Gamboa had a weak chin.
Yeah,
But every time he called for a fight, I'm like, you know what, that Gamboa fight always sticks in my mind about this guy is short in stature, short arms, and he gave Crawford a run for his money. He was winning the fight until he got caught. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So with Porter's style was more aggressive, you know what I'm saying? So I think He has a chance of being Crawford though. I give him a
I think
chance.
I think Porter's a good fight for a lot of guys because he brings some activity and action, and
Hmm.
that's what people want to see from a money standpoint. So
Right,
Yeah.
you can get your money's worth in that fight.
right, right. A credible name too.
Yeah, yeah.
Very credible name.
So right now, we're at the midway point in the NFL. What teams and players and stuff are surprising you guys or disappointing you guys and stuff, and like any unexpected things so far this year?
Disappointment, I would say, is the Chiefs. Chiefs look like they struggling out there. You know, they lost the first couple of games. I was like, all right, you know, maybe this is good for them. Maybe they'll, you know, go through that adversity early in the season. But now this is becoming a new norm for them. So they're a bit disappointing in terms of playing really well. I would say Theo's Cowboys look good. Packers look good. Cardinals, I would say, is another surprise team for me. Titans, another surprise team, I would say. And then another disappointment I would add to the list is my Jets. Granted, I expected them to be terrible, but they're you know not this bad. You know, I go back to the whole all gas no brake thing,
Yeah,
and Saleh had to be talking about the other team.
we've been
We,
gassed.
you know,
That's
we just look terrible out there on offense and defense.
yeah,
Yeah, Reem, I agree with you with KC for sure. These guys won the Super Bowl last year, 1 or 2 years ago, so they had high expectations. I think the team kind of figured them out a little bit far because these guys are always going deep. If everything in the offense is deep, 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 there's no intermediate passes or screens,
Yeah,
or short route. Everything is deep, deep posts, fly patterns. So I guess teams make these guys, show patience, and take away the long ball. So Chiefs definitely one team. I would say the Bills too. The Bills has Super Bowl aspirations too coming into the season. They got stumbled last week, even they won today against the Jets though. But I kind of expected more out of Buffalo Bills, man, this year as far as expectation. And guys got good defense, good quarterback, good receiver. So they load over there. So they shouldn't be struggling to score. Under a touchdown against anybody, especially the Dolphins too. By the way, surprise team. I would say the Titans. Titans always been a competitive team. Seem like now that these guys have more balance with, I guess, throwing the football and running the football as well. They lost Derrick Henry, and it seemed like these guys added AP to the mix, and
yeah.
these guys are still able to, move the ball, man, move the chain, and get wins.
yeah.
You know what's funny? It's kind of hard to say a surprise because of the coach, but I didn't think the Patriots would be this good this fast. But with him again, they got Belichick, and with him, he seems to figure out some things on teams and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, a couple of weeks ago, I mean, I would have said other teams because I think that they were coming up, but it seems like a lot of those teams that started off hot are kind of like coming back to earth, like the Cincinnati Bengals, and with some,
yes,
like they
yes,
started off hot, and now they kind of all like turning. They all who we thought they were, basically.
exactly.
Yeah. Would you say the Browns fit into that category?
Yeah, I think to me the Browns are a little bit of a disappointment. I mean, after that
Yeah.
OBJ turmoil and stuff or something. I mean, now that we on that, just to bring that up, from looking at that video that his father did, I mean, I'm not an NFL quarterback, but I'm pretty much sure I can hit a guy that got nobody standing around him 10 yards in a circle. Because he wasn't even, I mean, there was nobody on all of those plays, there was nobody even remotely close to him.
The
So,
crazy thing I would say is Mayfield is definitely an average quarterback. I would say, if anything, maybe slightly above average, maybe. But OBJ, I mean, you go back to the Giants days. All right, he nice one hand catch, right? That everybody started going crazy over, but and he has a ton of potential. But is he, like when is he actually produced to be considered like one of the best, or is he just living off potential at this point?
I mean, I think on the Giants, he had like probably like two really good seasons, whatever. He was the number one target of Eli. I know that for a little bit. I think what happened with him is that he started to get injured a lot. and stuff. Even when he was on the Giants, he started to get injured a lot.
On the
And
Browns too, he's been
yeah,
injury prone.
the crazy thing that's good I'm getting that's crazy is that somebody was saying something about his personality fills up the room too much. So what I'm gathering is that you got guys that are quarterbacks or other players that don't have enough strong enough character in the locker room or something that they either want to be heard or leaders. Because I think to some extent, that whole thing about the quarterback being the leader of the team and all this other stuff. I don't see Baker Mayfield leading that locker room or something.
No,
And well, getting rid of OBJ probably helped him with that because he don't have to deal with a personality. But I was watching earlier today Miles Garrett on TV, so he's probably talking about how they don't know how to make adjustments in mid game.
Mm,
Nobody on the sideline makes adjustments, so he doesn't know what they have to do to win.
mm,
But I think that's another team that well, one thing they didn't give Mayfield a long term contract. They didn't give it to
right.
him yet,
yeah,
so they're not exactly married to him. I kind of say, if we saying Baker Mayfield is a starter and he's good or slightly above average, then why were people crucifying Kirk Cousins? Because I don't think Kirk Cousins is worse than Baker Mayfield. I think Kirk Cousins and
Mm,
Baker
is
Mayfield
it the
probably on the
contract?
same
Maybe that's
side.
the only thing I can think of because
yeah,
Cousins went out there and got paid.
it's
Well,
gotta be the money.
Cousins did it smart. He's probably Cousins might be one of the smartest NFL players ever. Everybody's fighting from taking that what's that the contract they got to take the where they get the
Pretty
what
much
is
like
it?
the arbitration kind
Yeah.
of deal, right?
So what he did was he took it 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up getting the paid in the top five quarterbacks in the league. He was never none of that, but he got paid like it for 2 years. And then the Vikings did something crazy, gave him like a 6-year deal. I think almost every dollar's guaranteed or some craziness like
So I
that.
think that's probably why he's taking more scrutiny. He's he got a fat contract, for a couple of seasons, and he's been average. He hasn't been
Yeah,
terrible, but he hasn't done anything to stand out either.
100 mil guarantee, man. That's a lot of money for him. That's for
yeah, that
sure.
is. That
And
is.
I'm quite the OBJ for man. OBJ, he was great for the Giants first 2 years till he got hurt. But before he got hurt, I think OBJ got caught up in being a star in New York, man.
Yeah,
In video shoots, and he's on a love boat, filming with guys with Trey songs, and with that catch, man, his image just went up, just
yeah,
skyrocketed, man. Show Paris Hilton, and in a hotel with some model with a piece of pie and other things, what I'm saying, going on top of that. So he got caught up in the atmosphere of being a star, man. I think that kind of overwhelmed him. He lost
yeah,
focus. And then we got hurt, man. He kind of I only rushed himself back, but we probably took a step or two away from him, his ability to get open. But
yeah,
it comes to the point right now, I guess, if it don't work out in the Rams, I mean, he will be the common denominator, man. If you can't go over here and not be the problem, then you go over here and not be the problem. So if you go to Rams, it doesn't work out, man. You get frustrated, man. You're the problem.
and I would say it's
Yeah,
kind of an ideal situation for him now too. He's back in LA where he lives.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, Robert Woods went down, so
Yeah,
he,
sucks.
yeah, he's gonna have all the opportunities that he can handle. So
Right.
he can't really complain about that.
Agree.
Speaking of opportunities, I didn't even think my man Cam was gonna hit the field this week.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, he
Cam got
made the
out
most of
there,
it.
yeah, made the most of it or something. Hit him with the
Yeah,
welcome back.
yeah,
Hmm.
I was glad to see him back in the Panthers uniform.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good to see him. I agree. It's good to see him in the Panthers uniform. It's good to see that. He's been great, man. He
yeah,
smacked him. He smacked Arizona, man. He smacked him
yeah.
early, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I thought it was only a matter of time before he got a contract or a shot. I'm glad it ended up being Carolina though. That
Right. And this is a hit, fella. We heard it here first. Carolina's low on defense, man. They got good defense and
yeah,
good cornerbacks too, man. So these guys take off, man. Remember this week 10, where these guys may take off and may make a playoff run.
yeah. I couldn't believe that Buffalo gave Gilmore away for nothing, basically.
Yeah, 6th round pick is ridiculous.
Yeah, I couldn't
yeah.
believe that. See, that's the type of stuff that lets you know how bad the Jets are. Well, they probably wouldn't have traded him to the Jets anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But
He wouldn't go there.
yeah,
He
for a
he go to
six
a
round,
contender.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they might have turned him to the Jets because they figured it wouldn't have made a difference either way.
Mm.
So,
He's a good player though.
yeah, he definitely is. So listen, we got a lot of good NBA stuff going on right now or something. Right now, listen, I gotta say I wouldn't have believed it if you told me, but the Golden State Warriors are 11-1. So
Yeah,
you think the
Golden
Golden
State is
State
back.
Warriors are a real contender for the championship, or do you guys think that this is early on, early on, and they just on a win streak?
Yeah, I think they're contenders. Um, Especially like you look at LeBron James's health. I don't know. I think LeBron is starting to hit that finally he's aging, so to speak. So I don't know. LA, I don't want to rule them out. But that being said, going back to Golden State, so that eliminates LA. If LeBron is up and down health wise, same thing with AD. So that's a major team that's out of the way for Golden State. Then you look at these other teams over there in the West. You look at Utah is always a good regular season team. Then they seem to fold up in the playoffs. I don't know who else. And assuming they stay healthy, Golden State, who else is out there that could beat them?
I
Assuming they
think
stay healthy,
I don't know
they
who.
being Steph mostly.
Yeah. What
As
do you
long
think,
as Steph
Theo?
stays healthy, I mean, you don't want to lose anybody. But if Jordan Poole goes down, again, he's balling Poole, right? But if he goes down, all right, you could probably ride it out. You'll be okay. But as long as Steph is out there, I think they're a legitimate team. The only thing I say they got to watch out for is when Clay comes back. Do they try to, mess with that chemistry, throw Clay in the starting lineup and Poole to the bench, or? But as long as they keep that chemistry straight, then I think they'll be ready to compete for a championship.
Well, the Warriors are 11-2. They lost today to the Charlotte Hornets by
Oh wow.
3. Yeah, 105, 102. And right now, they look like the best team in the NBA right now. Seeing that they athletic, they versatile. They deep. You guys can score without Curry, like you said, Poole and Wiggins. Wiggins playing good.
Wiggins too.
Draymond is making threes again, like he did a few years ago here and there. So you got other guys, other role players stepping up, man, who's really contributing to the team. And his why his guys is 11-2. Outside of Curry scoring 40 points a game, but and then when Clay comes back, like when you said, the question is, do you have him start? I mean, he could start, but he don't have to start right away. If you guys do that, I mean, if I'm the coach, I wouldn't do that. I kind of asked a lot from a guy who had 2 injuries on two legs. One leg at ACL, one leg at his Achilles. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the coach. I have him for bench 6-man, seventh man, and maybe after the All-Star break or so, I'll put him in the starting lineup. But the Warriors are for real, man. They're for
Who,
real.
who's
Yeah,
their bigs? I know they have Wiseman.
he's
Wiseman
not
hasn't
even
been
playing
playing.
yet.
He's
He's not
out.
even playing. He's not even playing yet. He's
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 not
hurt,
not
even
even
playing yet.
playing.
but he's coming back though. He's coming
And
back.
has Looney been playing?
Yeah, Looney's been playing and
hmm
starting, and they've been
hmm
playing a lot of small ball lineups, but Looney's been
Right,
starting.
right. So when Wilder comes back, man, they're gonna be a problem, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think that for real. I wouldn't see. It's kind of like a flip flop in the conferences now. I want to see how they do playing against those Eastern Conference teams because
Mm.
they doing real good against the Western Conference teams, but like you said, they just lost to Charlotte. Listen, let's see how they do in a run against the Eastern Conference teams. But right now, I believe they're for real, and I wouldn't put Clay in the starting lineup,
Like
especially when you
maybe
get at this. He's got to wait a little bit.
Right, right.
like Phoenix, maybe a team that can give them some problems. Maybe
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would
It
say
could,
Phoenix.
yeah, because they are the versatile too. The guys could score. Plus, they got a big man, a legit big man, in
this
Aiton.
guy's playing
But
real
is
well.
it is Aiton? Is he healthy right now,
No,
or is
he's
he
out,
out?
but
Oh,
McGee's
okay.
playing real well. McGee's playing real well for them. They got
He
Yes,
has
him
been.
there.
Yeah.
yes. Jerome McGee is playing well. That is correct.
Yeah.
What's Aiton's? What's his injury?
I didn't get my contract.
Yeah, that's why I asked. Is it one of those? I
I
didn't
didn't
get
get my
paid, so
contract.
I'll play as little as possible this
Yeah.
Well,
season.
you know what he's gonna do. It's one of them things where, listen, if you in a contract year or whatever, he's not gonna extend himself out there to get hurt, or something. So if he feels any type of twitch or anything wrong, he gonna sit
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Ben Simmons style. That's what you
Yeah,
do.
Yeah,
yeah.
it can go either way doing that. It could go where you go out there and you just ball out and you prove your point, or like you said, you go the other route where you're trying to preserve your health. It
But
seems like, I don't know what his injury is, but it seems like he may be going that route.
the league is fickle though. You got to be careful with that because some of these guys are turning down deals. Like if you would have asked me 2 years ago that told me that Andre Drummond would be backing up Embiid for $3 million, I would have never thought that.
Right.
Yeah,
So I mean, especially for big men, big men in the NBA is almost like running backs in the NFL or something. You
Right.
know,
yeah,
I don't know how many teams, whatever they offered him, he should have really thought about that. Like if
Mm-hmm.
they offered him, or he wanted a max deal, if they offered him 100 million for 4 years or something, and he turned it down, thinking that another team's going to give him more, I think he's going to be really mistaken.
you know what it is too. He was the number one pick right in that draft class, and then he's
Yeah,
watching Luca, Trey Young, and these guys get that huge,
yeah,
max extension. And I like Aiton, but I don't think he's on their level.
no.
I
I would
really
tell you
don't.
what, I would give Miles Bridges more money than I give Aiton right now, probably.
And
Miles balling out though. Miles
and
Yeah,
is
the
balling.
Hornets try to
yeah,
lowball him, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Give him
Hornets
three
offer
for
him
Yeah.
like
60.
4 for 60 or something.
Yeah, he's
Mm-hmm.
4 for 60. He's not coming back. And
Right.
Michael Jordan, they're gonna have to get him. It's gonna have to be more like 4 for 100. Somebody will give him that, but I don't know if
Yeah,
Mike's gonna do that.
He should be a Nick, but I ain't gonna go there.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The whole him and Kevin Knox one-on-one
Yeah,
pre-draft workouts.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
that's that
terrible.
whole thing.
Dwayne Wade had an awful workout, and he still took him.
Yeah, yeah,
Yo,
he did.
what's crazy though when you think about it, like as much as he's balling out, what teams have cap room that could actually afford these guys?
San
Aiton,
Antonio,
Bridges. All right, who's going to pay them?
the Spurs.
Yeah, I'm not saying they don't deserve the money, but I don't know. Look at this guy, right? Kelly Oubre, let's say, free agency, right?
It's only a couple of OKC, San Antonio teams that are basically
He
bad
thought
right
he was
now.
going to cash
Right.
out. We already know the Dennis Schroeder story. He thought he was going to cash
Yeah,
out.
so
Yeah,
One of
that's
these guys
bad.
is going to be like the next Dennis Schroeder.
I could be. You know what? Now that you brought up Kelly Oubre, I got it. Did you guys get a chance to see the Michael Jordan clip of when Kelly Oubre took that shot? It was like they were up with 6, like 20 seconds of it. He shot the ball. So I think
Yeah,
he
he
went
balled
to,
out the other day, Kelly Oubre, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
dropped like 38 or something, 40 something
Yeah.
off the bench.
taking
He's
shots
up.
like that, that's kind of make me understand why they didn't give you the type of money.
Right.
You trying to get numbers like that or something that you don't even realize the score and the time in the game, you're going to take a shot?
Yeah.
He might be the Kelly Oubre, though, maybe the Miles Bridges insurance policy, though. If
Yeah.
you think about it, they done paid Gordon Hayward, and I don't think anybody's taking that contract on.
Yeah, they
Mm-mm.
competed against themselves
You
on
gotta,
that one.
Yes, they did. Yes,
he's
they
only in
did.
his second year, but you already got to think you're going to have to probably max out LaMelo.
Yeah.
Oh, well, question. I'm
Oh,
not
they
getting his
can't.
money.
If they let him go, I mean, don't get me wrong. People will be pissed if they let Bridges go, but if they let LaMelo go,
So you
That
got to
ain't,
start,
might
that ain't
you got to
happening.
start thinking already about
That
who
ain't happening.
they're paying.
yeah, he might have to
Lamelo ain't
shut
going
down
nowhere.
shop.
Yeah, Lamelo ain't going nowhere.
And the thing is, too, is like, let's say you do decide to pay Bridges, then LaMelo is up. You got Gordon Hayward. That's basically locking your team into building around those three. And I don't
And
think
they
that's
already
enough to
gave
win a
Rozier.
championship.
I think the thing that's hurting them even more than Hayward is the fact that they gave Rozier like 4 years for 80 million or 5 years or something like that.
Yeah, they re-up Rozier again, didn't they?
Yeah, because to me, I like Rozier and everything, but I don't think they need him. I think he could be replaced fairly easily.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, get a
Agree,
guy.
agree.
They probably should have kept this guy and let Rozier walk Devontae Graham, right?
Yeah,
It
that's
would have
what
been
they
a
should
lot
have did.
cheaper.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't think nobody really wanted to mess with that contract. That's why the Celtics got rid of him too. They didn't want to pay him that money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, but Rozier could take over games, unlike Graham. Graham would get hot here and there, but Rozier could take over a game.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
so that's what it is. That's why he got his money. You know, he could carry
That
the
would have
team a couple
actually
of games.
been probably better for New Orleans to get Rozier than it would have been for Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Graham is just a guy. He's serviceable, but he's cheaper.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's as good as Rozier. He's just
Mm-hmm.
a lot cheaper alternative.
Right.
While we on these teams, we talk about the foolishness of Oubre taking that shot. That was in a game that the Knicks should have won.
Don't get
They
me
just fell
started on the
apart. I
Knicks.
mean, you had Kimball with 17 in the first quarter and finished with 26. But I mean, what do you guys think of the Knicks? I'm gonna say a couple of things about the Knicks that I find interesting. Right now, they're saying that the Knicks are losing primarily because Fournier and Kimball are in the lineup, and that's taken away from the defense, right? But when you look at it, right, and you look at the people they bring in, and if you look at Burks, Quigley, all these other guys or something, the guys they bringing in, they're not defensive stoppers. Derrick Rose ain't no defensive stopper. Burks is not
Right.
a guy. The better defender left. He went to Dallas. But
Mm-hmm.
Burks
Yeah,
is not
Bullock.
a
Yeah.
defensive stopper. So I'm trying to figure out if those two guys wasn't playing, who will be playing that we actually playing defense ahead of them? Quigley?
Right. Right.
Yeah. Well, the defense is terrible.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think it's because of those two. Those two are in lockdown defenders. We know that, but they're getting beat on the three ball. And I think a big part of it is Tibbs' philosophy. Like, stop having these guys collapse into the paint. If a guy scores on a damn layup occasionally, let him, or a dunk, let him. They're giving up way too many threes, wide open threes every game. And the crazy thing, though, is I don't even, that's killing them. But I think their biggest thing to me, why they're struggling, is none other than Julius Randle to me. I think Randle is back into 2019 mode. He got paid, and now he's just all over the place again. It's like he got tunnel vision. Now you got offensive weapons. Before you could use that excuse, but now he's got offense around him. I don't even know why he's ever bringing the ball up. Why he's still bringing the ball up? I blame a lot of it on Kemba too, because Kemba's out there, the point guard. Don't give him the ball. He's stumbling around, doing that same spin move, getting stripped. He's playing. To me, Julius Randle's playing terrible. He's playing selfish. And the crazy thing is Tibbs is seemingly sitting back, allowing him to do it.
Yeah.
I think the crazy thing is Obi Toppin is playing much better. So to me, Toppin right now, if there's any time to give Toppin more minutes, it would be now, considering how Randle is playing, but Toppin still getting limited minutes. But I blame a lot of this on Julius Randle and Tibbs, for that matter, for allowing it to go on.
Yeah, I've defended Julius Randle last season, but this year I can't do that. I've seen quite a few games where he's blatantly forcing shots.
Yeah.
Like he's really, like, the guys is open. I know he sees guys open on the corner. Remember who it is? He's blatantly forcing shots. He turns the ball over. He gets a block. He gets it back. He go up again. Pass the ball, man. Pass the ball. Like you said, we got scorers now. The problem with the Knicks is, even though we are suffering defense because we gave up defense for offense, we're still getting 20-point leads.
Yeah.
We can't sustain the lead.
Yeah, because they're scoring points.
So despite us, sacrificing defense with these new players for offense, we're getting 18-point leads. We're blowing these games to Orlando and the other team like this against Charlotte. We can't be doing that. We got to find a way to sustain these leads. Whether it's take the ball out of Randall's hand and go to RJ Barrett, maybe have Derrick Rose go 1-on-1 more often. Got to be something, man.
The crazy thing is, I seen a stat where like the Knicks starting lineup, while they're on the court together, they're the worst starting lineup statistically in the league. They were like negative, 78 or something, right? Minus 78 on the season. That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The bench is playing much better, and the reason why is the bench actually shares the ball.
Right.
Yeah, those guys. There's a lot of ball movement. There's player movement. When the starters are out there, everybody's sitting around watching Randall and trying to figure out what he's going to do. If you go back to game 1 of the season when they played Boston, this guy Fournier had his best game, right?
Yeah.
And that's because Randall was looking for him. They were playing 2-man ball. After that, Randall stopped looking for him. Randall's just forcing shots while Fournier's standing in the corner, Barrett standing in the corner, not getting the pass.
See, the problem, you got to put a lot of this, like you said, on Randall and a lot on Tibbs, because Tibbs is coaching this like he coaching the AAU team or something. You got to understand, in the NBA and on good teams, they let people know what their roles are and where they stand. Like, listen, dude, I know last year you was this. Like, what's frustrating me about watching the Knicks is that we all know what Kemba can do. We watched Kemba score 17 points in a quarter. When I look at a box score and I see that Kemba, if you look now, is averaging 6 shots a game or 7 shots a game, you can't expect to win with that. I mean, right now, I look at the box score. You got Julius Randle taking 22 and R.J. Barrett taking 18. That's a recipe to lose right there. You got the two guys, neither one of them that could pass that well. Mm-hmm. Neither one of them that look really to pass. And we're saying both with the worst handles, the worse than Fournier, with the ball in their hands the most. Now, I don't blame Barrett because at the same time, Barrett at least at times, they'll actually go away from him. They're like, this ain't your night, and they'll move off of him. But like you guys said, Randall, they're on him every night, and he doesn't care. He's going to chuck up his shots. It's almost like he wants to be the guy on the team or something like that. Listen, if you're the guy on the team, people would treat you like that. The fact is, yeah, you may have been the guy last year. I still think he could be the guy, but there's guys on this team, and listen, I don't think maybe he wants the attention or whatever it is. But if I'm Tibbs right now to next game, that ball's going through Kemba Walker, and everything's being ran through him. And what he decides to do with it is that's what he decides to do.
To me, I think the guy who should have the keys to the team, at least for now, should be R.J. Barrett, to be honest with you. I think he should be the guy that controls what they do. Definitely not Randall, that's for sure. Going back to the defensive end now, the crazy thing is, and we know they aren't going to get any minutes yet, but we drafted defenders. That's what Grimes does.
Yeah.
He's a 3-and-D. And this guy, McBride, right, is a shutdown point guard, right? He's a lockdown defender. I don't know, granted, who you put him in over at the moment, but if they continue to struggle, does Tibbs eventually say, hey, let me put McBride in because he could actually defend somebody?
I mean,
let me put Grimes in the game.
If Derrick Rose is healthy, because Derrick Rose, he's been out too, right?
No, he's
been playing.
Yeah, he's been there. I think Derrick Rose still might be the most talented on the team, to be honest with you. It's just that we all know his durability issues.
If you got Kemba and Derrick Rose, why do you need to have a third point guard scoring? Think about it. You got Kemba, you got Derrick Rose, you got Fournier trying to shoot shots. Barrett, I guess he's the 2 guard. He's taking shots. You got 4 guys that want to score.
Even touching the ball.
And you bring it in quickly. Oh, and you got Burks. So you got 6 guys at the guard position that all they want to do is score, basically. They want to score, maybe pass a little. You mean to tell me that Quigley can't come out the rotation for one of them defensive stoppers you just named? Or Burks or somebody?
And he's starting to hit his stride quickly.
Yeah, but those shots are meaningless because that's not what they need. Because if he's scoring, that means Rose or Kemba's not scoring. So somebody's got to come out of rotation. If all they could do all is score, then
I think another part of the problem too is our bigs, right? We got Noel and Mitch. Both of those dudes, I love them, but they both made of glass. And they can't do anything on the offensive end other than catch lobs. They're both liabilities. So they clog up the paint.
They got to let him go. Mitch, I think his time in New York is done.
Yeah, I like Sims, to be honest with you. Give Sims a couple of minutes. Is he better than Mitch right now today? Probably not. But he has the body, right? So he seems like he'll be more durable. at least on paper, right?
If I could trade Mitch right
Noel is
now,
made of glass. He's out again. Again, granted, the latest injury was nothing he did, right? The guy
yeah.
slid into his knee or whatever the case may be, but he's always hurt. Noel, he missed most of the season already.
Listen, if I was the Knicks and I could trade Mitch and like Alec Burks or Mitch, Alex Burks and Quigley and bring back Jackson Hayes and Jason Hart, I'd do that right now. And I would start Hart and wish him that to change the whole complexion of your starting lineup or something.
They need to try to
Him and
trade a
Jackson
couple of those guys
Hayes.
for Ingram, to be honest with you.
No,
Because I'm sure Ingram is going to be.
unless
Everybody
Randall's
talking about
leaving,
how disgruntled Zion is. I'm sure Ingram can't be happy. What are they, 1-12 over there?
they're gonna need six
Eventually, his
basketballs
patience
to
going to
bring
run out.
Ingram in. You bring Ingram in, they're gonna need 6 basketballs. And you got you got Randall, Kimber, Fournier, Ingram.
To me, Randall could go. Randall could go in the trade. To be honest with you,
I mean, if they did a deal like that, I would probably do that. If you could trade like Randall, well, I would. If you could trade Randall in a deal and get back like, say Ingram, Jackson, Hayes, and Hart, I would do that. You wouldn't do that one?
Right now,
I would do that.
Yeah.
Right now, Randall, to me, again, he has his moments where he plays well.
Throw in Mitch and get a first-round pick. Yeah, I definitely could do that.
Randall, if I can get back a decent player in the pick, I would deal Randall.
Hell, if I could trade Randall for Miles Bridges and one of them other dudes, I'd do that too.
Yeah, I would do it. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
I would do it. Simply because Miles Bridges is going to get his within the flow of the offense. Right.
Yeah.
So all those other guys that we just named, Kemba, Evan, Fournier, Barrett, they're going to thrive now because everybody's playing team ball.
Yeah.
Randall's a ball stopper. We used to get on Melo, right? As much as we hated Melo being a ball stopper, he was at least a all NBA, first team when he was doing it, right? When he first came over to the Knicks, he was at least, at the top of his game, averaging 28, 29 points or whatever it is. Randall's not that dude to be doing that.
Man, we trying to run Randall out of town, man.
As far as Kimber concerned, Kimber is trying to fit in with a new team, new roster. Yeah. That's clear as day. Yeah, and two, he has no legs, man. Kim had three.
Thing with him.
Yeah, he had 3 or 4 knee surgeries. He sat out last week for rest.
He's going to play well in spurts, Kemba.
Yeah, and you can see that it kind of affected his jump shot because obviously he's getting good looks. He can't make no shots up until the last game, maybe game 3 of the season. But he might have a good period of time where he wasn't scoring at all, man. He's kind of sitting on the bench. He had Rose out there for a majority of the game.
Yeah.
With Rose and quickly. So I think Tip needs to just let him just go, man. Just play your game, man. Don't worry about having 10 assists, man. Just go and do you, man.
Yeah.
And for like we said, Randall, man, stop forcing shots, man. Just pass the ball around. I know you can shoot threes now. You got better at that. You're inside threat and you're outside threat.
Yeah.
But by you forcing shots, you're no threat. They get together.
I think other teams know that too. I think other teams actually prefer when he gets the ball because they know they could just load up on him.
Right.
Yeah,
agreed.
It goes back. Look what Atlanta did to him in the playoffs.
Right. You don't have a strong handle, so you double team him. It's a rip out the gate. And him passing the ball is kind of 50-50 at best, tell you the truth. So why not double team him every time he gets the ball?
Yeah, it's unfortunate because we know he's got the talent. We've seen him before.
Right.
It's a mind state. It's the mental part of the game that's getting him right now.
Yeah, if he played his role, if Tibbs, coached him to play his role, then Randall would be a very good number 2 option, I would say.
I think
I don't even know if the Knicks have a number 1 option on their team right now.
No, they don't.
No, but I think Randall's he's a 20-point scorer. But I think what he doesn't realize is that if he passed the ball around, he could get easier shots, and he could probably
he would
can
still
score
get
20 with
the 20.
less shots. Yeah,
He would probably get 25. That's the most
yeah.
frustrating part about it, because I don't think the Knicks really have anybody on their team that's selfish, right?
You know what's
Other
funny?
than Randall when he gets into his mode. I don't think RJ Barrett is out there thinking I got to get mines tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think those guys play with that mentality. Kemba's not out there trying to get his. Derrick Rose could care less about
No,
scoring a million
nobody.
points.
Yeah,
Who's out there trying to score a million points on the Knicks?
nobody really.
Yeah, nobody's out there looking to get theirs except Randall. Randall's the only guy that's looking to get his.
I think he needs he needs to talk to some other all stars because I looking at it, and you know how you look at these guys, why they say these players are so great and different things. I'm looking at it and I'm looking at the shot selection and the shots, and I'm looking like, damn, Kevin Durant has games where he shoots 70% from the field, like where he makes almost every shot he takes. Like very rarely you get a night where he shoots less than 50% from the field.
And then on some nights, Kevin Durant will say, "Yo, you know what?
This ain't my night.
This person has it going. Let me just." And he'll take 13 shots.
Yeah.
Randall gonna make sure he jack up 20-something shots, right? KD is not out there jacking up all type of wild shots. That's why his percentage is high. and plus, even if he was, the same way he said in that infamous interview, you know who I am. I'm Kevin Durant.
Right.
So even if he was jacking up wild shots, he's Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
You Julius Randle, you're not on the same level, as Kevin Durant. If that was Kevin Durant, I have no problems with it.
He might feel,
on another, I got a serious problem with it.
For the Knicks, he might feel like he is, though. You got to figure he may feel like on the Knicks
Tibbs is making him feel that way, apparently.
Yeah, but hopefully Randall pulls it together or something. Did you see that Jokic and Morris scuffle or whatever that was or something? I mean, I felt like Morris's foul might have been a little
it was a little dirty.
But here's the thing: you could have pushed him while he was still facing you. You didn't have to wait until he walked away or get halfway down and pushed him. Then he did kind of act that out, though. I didn't see where he should be laid out, damn near on a stretcher gurney from getting pushed, unless he had a bad back to begin with or something.
I don't know. I think he, after he did the push, he kind of turned around right away. So unless, the Joker tapped him on his shoulder so he could turn around again, and then he pushed him. I don't know how he would have pushed him in his chest or something. Because after he did his little foul at half court, he turned around right away. But I will say the Morris brothers, they have a tendency to do things like that. So it was only bound to happen, Somebody might get Marcus Morris next,
There are other ways. There's other ways of Morris fouling Jokic, man, besides throwing an elbow in his ribs.
Yeah.
with a run 2 or 3 steps forward. Come on now, what you doing, man? You could have grabbed him or hit him on a forearm real good. But you chose to run 3 steps, charging him with an elbow shot, man. He got frustrated with that, man. So I ain't mad at him. I'm glad he retaliated, man.
Yeah, that he stood up for himself.
Yeah, stood for himself. And plus, we all know he's not a dirty player at all. So at the same time, these Morris brothers are known for being dirty than playing a game of basketball.
Yeah,
that kind of sucks right now. But I'm happy to see somebody retaliate. And I watched maybe 4 or 5 times. Honestly, I watched it 4 or 5 times with enjoyment. Good for you, man. Saying stop playing dirty and play basketball. Come on, play a game of basketball, man.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, the Joker, he's not scared out there.
No,
you watch some of his he got into a couple of scuffles with people.
Ain't nobody mess with that dude, man. All his brothers.
He's not somebody that's going back down. I seen him getting Jay Crowder's face and had Crowder kind of curling up. I seen Devin Booker try to approach him and then think twice about it.
He stayed fighting with Capella for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Capella get into it every game.
Well, yeah, he's not out there looking to curl up. He's a big dude.
Yeah, your brothers is big, and one of them is an undefeated UFC fighter. So go ahead, man.
Yeah, I think they said both his brothers bought tickets to
yeah, exactly.
When they play these dudes, the Clippers,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Something like that. In
Miami. So they with it, man.
They bought tickets, so they ready to go.
They with it.
Yeah, because they had the Twitter thing or something like
Plus, where's he?
They joined
from?
Twitter. He
Yeah,
wasn't even on
joined,
Twitter.
yeah, they joined it to
They
clap
joined
back.
Twitter the same night, next
Yeah,
day.
to
Yeah,
clap back on them.
Right.
yeah, they're not looking to curl up.
Join Twitter just to get at them. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So
Speaking of scuffles, though, what do you think of? Didn't Rudy Gobert get into like some
yeah,
weird scuffle with? Was that Miles Turner or?
yeah.
Yeah, Miles Turner. Miles don't want it, man.
He don't want it, but I will tell you this though. He did. Gobert did pull him down though. When he was falling down and he took him down with him or
Yeah,
something.
but Kenyatta, but Miles Turner ran into him
Yeah,
with
he did.
like a shoulder shove, like something like that, though. You know what I'm saying? It was like, come on, man.
They
Yeah,
said
it
let
just looked like
those dudes wasn't trying to fight. They
Right.
neither one of them. They was both out there.
That Gobert said, we ain't trying to fight, man. NBA
Yeah,
court, man.
a hugging match or
I
something.
seen Rudy Gobert say something like after the game or something.
Ain't about that life or something.
Yeah.
Miles
Mhm.
Turner ain't about
He
that
know
life.
the refs gonna break it up or security gonna break it up. So
My
why
thing
even
is,
bother hearing about that life?
see, if I'm Miles Turner, then I gotta say something. I'm like, yo, you serious, bro? You was about to get your ass whipped by Donovan Mitchell for giving out the COVID. The first dude in the history of NBA to touch all the mics. Remember that? I'm gonna touch all the mics, dude. Mike,
Yeah, it was crazy.
I'm like, you talking Mike Toucher? He'd have been all over him. The dumbest guy in the NBA could say something. The thing about it, he single-handedly shut the league down that night.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. That was true. Still got paid.
Still got paid. So with the player movement we had this was in this offseason, who do we think is doing the best on the new NBA teams?
Wow. Carmelo's one.
Yeah, I think Carmelo.
Yeah, he's playing well. Yeah. Carmelo's playing well.
DeRozan's too.
Yeah, DeRozan doing real well.
Yeah, he's balling. DeRozan. And the crazy thing is, I think the Bulls, that move by the Bulls was rated like supposedly the worst move in the offseason by all these executives, and DeRozan is balling. Caruso is balling.
Caruso is balling, yes.
They try to lowball him. The Lakers try to lowball him out of the money.
Yeah, they offered him 2 for 15 or something.
Yeah, that's something crazy. Try to lowball him out.
Yeah, he's playing well.
I'm sorry, fellas. It took my mind. I don't want to forget. I learned the other day that the Lakers turned down DeRozan and Lowry for Westbrook. I learned that the other day.
I'm sure they're regretting that.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Yeah, that's crazy. I said, the Lakers right now will be real good with Lowry and DeRozan instead of just having Russell Westbrook. I mean, who does that, man?
Let me tell you.
I just want to share that real quick before I forget.
Russell Westbrook is the same thing you talked about earlier. If every place you go there's a problem, it's not a problem with all the places.
Right. You're the common denominator.
Think about it this way.
Right.
When Kevin Durant was putting the band back together, he wanted to get Harden. He looked to try to get Ibaka. Everybody except for who? He never tried to get Westbrook on the team.
He got Jeff Green back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Jeff Green balled out too.
Yeah, he got Jeff Green back. He would have bought Andre Roberson back if he could have.
That's true.
All of those dudes.
That's true. That is true.
Russell Westbrook.
Not
Everybody
Russ.
he played with, he tried to get back, but not Russ.
That's floating around. Did Anthony Davis actually say they need shooters and that dude's going for triple doubles or something like that?
Yeah, he did.
He did today?
I don't know if it was today, but it was recently.
It was recently.
Yeah,
when they got smacked by
doubles,
Charlotte.
They need shooters.
Yeah, I think it's when they got smacked by Charlotte by like 20 or something. Or they lost. They got killed by Minnesota.
Oh yeah, he's frustrated then.
This dude is for real. Anthony Edwards.
Oh yeah, without question.
Yeah,
he's the real deal. That's a good one too. He's playing great too, man.
You know what's crazy though? As well as he's playing, for some reason, and maybe it's because he's playing that well, Karl Anthony Towns seems to be like a little disgruntled. Granted, they're losing, so I get that. But I don't know if it's because they're losing or is it because
the guy.
Ant is the man over there now. It seems like, or
They
is it
might need
both?
a they might need a change now. I mean, they might need to build the team around Ant and just if they can get, I'm sure that you could easily get a number. You get a couple of picks for Carl Anthony Towns, whatever. I mean, I think that might
I'll
be a
send
deal
you
that
Randall
people.
for him.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
I can put Slide Toppin into the starting lineup.
You know what's funny about that?
Cat and Toppin, right?
The funniest thing about that is that Randall would probably play better with Anthony Edwards. You know why?
He ain't gonna have a choice.
Well, those Anthony Edwards has the type of personality that'll shut Randall down. Nobody
Yeah,
on the Knicks has
exactly.
that
He's not gonna have a
personality.
choice.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Edwards like, yeah, whatever. You're not getting this ball from me, so you can want
Plus
to shoot or do whatever.
I think the team over there, the pecking order will be established.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you said earlier, Tibbs has this, this weird, you don't know whose team is it type of thing.
yeah.
Randall believes it's his. Is it really his? Is it RJ's? Or so I think over there, going into a situation like that, he would know that Edwards is the man.
You gonna lie?
He's the number two. There's nothing wrong with that. He
It goes
probably
back
would play
to
better.
it goes back to what you guys said earlier. At this point, though, I would try to ring New Orleans phone to see if they'd be willing to take Randall and Mitch and something else to try to bring Zion or somebody like that back. Because at this point, I mean, I don't think Randall's for value was going to be any higher, and they wanted Mitch before. I give them Randall and Mitch, whatever, and something else, whatever. One of those other guys we drafted or something for Zion, and they don't even got to give nothing else. I'll make that deal. Miraculously, he'll become healthy, I'm sure too. Oh, my
Yeah.
foot feels great
Mm-hmm.
back there with
I think he's
RJ.
got to lose some weight though. That's the only
Yeah.
thing. He scares me. And
Yeah.
I get why he gained the weight this offseason because he had a broken foot, right? So
Yeah.
how much working out was he going to do with the broken foot? But just in general, before the broken foot, I thought he was starting to balloon up a bit too big.
Well,
So
he
I
got
think
a
he's got
sponsor.
to, yeah, he's got to get healthy and get lighter, get in better shape. Like when he first came into the league, his size, I thought he was borderline too big, but now he's just way too big.
He couldn't afford all that Popeyes when he first got in. Now he's eating a 20-piece for lunch. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might have to go to like Cleveland or something where there's no food.
Yeah.
You bring him. I knew once he went to New Orleans with all that gumbo and everything else down there. So this guy,
you have to
gonna be
send him
in
to
trouble.
Utah or something. My,
You know,
my,
you know, I think the Knicks not having Zion might be a blessing, man. I'm not, you know what? I'm not
yeah,
quite
it'd
sure on
be a lot.
Zion, man. You know, Zion's not, but he's 20 years old.
Yeah,
We only played 1 year in the league already. Already, he's out of shape. He's injury prone. Got injured in
you know,
college.
you gonna
Injured
laugh.
first year NBA. Injured again this year. You know, was well over 300 pounds.
He's
You know,
listening.
so I don't know about Zion in New York.
He's Larry Johnson when Larry Johnson started to get hurt. Remember when Larry Johnson in the beginning when he wasn't hurt, he was dominant,
He was very
unstoppable.
dominant. Yes, agree.
And then he started to get hurt a little bit. That's where Zion's at, right,
The
right there.
crazy thing is Larry Johnson started to get hurt a little bit in like year 10. Zion
Yeah,
is in year 2.
right. Yeah, that's
He's already
crazy.
getting hurt a little
Right.
bit.
That is true. Grandma Ma
Mm-hmm.
did last for like
Right. And he
7 8
was still
year
in
run.
shape. He was
Yeah,
still in
him,
shape.
Alonzo Mourning, and Muggsy Bogues had a
Yeah.
good run over there with the Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zion
He
this is year number 2 he's hurt.
he didn't eat himself out of the league.
If Carl Anthony Towns is on the trade block, the Warriors should go for him.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe the Miami Heat, man. I think, Miami could get Towns in Miami
They
and
might.
put Bam at the power forward.
Yeah. I can
That's
see
a good look.
I can
That's a
see the
good
Warriors.
look.
I can see the Warriors getting them though. You know why? Remember the Warriors got Wiseman, who they're not using. They got the Kaminga dude and Moody. So you
Mm-hmm.
basically got 3 young dudes that's not even in the rotation.
Right.
Yeah.
They could
Right.
give all of those dudes up
Right.
and not lose a step.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a good look for the Warriors.
Yeah, I could see that happening. That would be if I'm Minnesota, that's the team I'm trying to make the deal with.
Right.
Yeah.
They
I
got the
agree.
most young talent that they could afford to give away.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Minnesota, I'm not even touching Philly. I don't want no part of Ben Simmons.
For some reason, I don't know if they still are, but they seem to be like heavy, like they were like had severe interest in him for whatever reason.
Somebody should tell Ben Simmons they boo in every arena.
Yeah.
If you stink, you're gonna get booed. I don't care where you go.
Mm-hmm.
But he'd be better off somewhere over there in Minnesota or Utah. Well, I can't even say Utah. That crowd is crazy over there.
I will tell you this: we don't ever have to worry about seeing Ben Simmons at the Rucker or Dykeman if he don't like getting booed.
Yeah, he'll never play there.
He'll never play that. Had some dude
Carolina.
from the neighborhood tearing him up on the court and he getting booed and laughed at. He may never play in the league again.
Right.
Ben Simmons' career over. Plays in the Rucker. Humiliated.
That's another guy that's now that we're on Philly. Embiid, he's hurt again too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that was a good insurance policy bringing in this dude.
Drummond, yeah.
I'm sure Drummond probably thought that through. you know you're gonna get some starters minutes at least throughout the season to try to, because he took a low deal, right? Like you said. So where else better to go than a team where the starter is always hurt.
Games. Yeah, that's true.
So you get another opportunity to showcase yourself.
Okay. Do you guys think the Washington Wizards are for real?
I think so.
Yeah. They're a tough team.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They're good role players, man. Yeah, they're good role players, and they're getting very good point guard production from Dinwiddie, man.
Yeah.
Bill's playing good. I mean, look at the roster guys are good players, good solid role players, man.
Yeah.
Between they got Billy a good amount of time, been have playoff experience or final experience. Kuzma is a champion.
Yep.
Harrell's played great from Louisville. We played with Clippers, so these guys are experienced ball players. Know how to play the game. The guys just young, man. Got something to prove.
I like Gafford too.
Yeah, he's a real deal. I like him too.
Yeah,
remember, Hatcher didn't start playing yet either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're the real deal. They're a playoff team.
Yeah, you got to figure they got the best value because Kuzma got the worst contract in the NBA.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
He wanted to play with LeBron, and then got shipped out by
LeBron. I can see Golden State.
Lowballed himself.
Mm-hmm. I can see Golden State. You think they would maybe make a run at this guy? I don't know why, but his name keeps getting thrown out there because he's more than likely gone. Pascal Siakam.
They would have to give up Wiggins. I think you know what? I think Wiggins might not care because Wiggins from Canada, so he might like Canada.
That. Plus, to be honest with you, I think Wiggins is better than Siakam.
I don't know what happened to Siakam or something. I mean, it seemed like
right now he's hurt, but once he comes back, do you need him? You got Obi who's balling, right? And an Obi, and then you got Barnes too, right?
Yeah.
So, like, where does Siakam even fit?
If I was Siakam, I don't know. They do need a big man though. They need somebody over there because they trying to play that the skinny kid that he really suited to be like a small forward. It was him. I forgot his name, but they trying to play him at the center a lot.
But, I can't even.
But Wiggins is the more healthier ball player though. That's for sure, man. He's been hurt for the last 2. He's been hurt since Kawhi left.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
I'd rather keep Wiggins among the Warriors, man. I mean, from a talent wise, so I might lean towards Pascal, but as far as a healthy guy, having a body, a guy who can expose to at certain games, is Wiggins, man. I keep Wiggins, man. That's Wiggins for Towns. That's what I'll do.
Right now, they're starting Bronx's own Precious Achua is the starting center for Toronto right now.
I like him. He's just undersized.
Yeah.
But I like his work ethic.
Is Boucher. I don't know why they're trying to put him at center.
Yeah, but he's
very small.
Yeah, he's slim. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's tall, but he's slim.
But it's just, I don't know. It's interesting. They're a team that's playing better than I thought they might have.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, very competitive team.
The Bulls look really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they look good. Yeah, the Bulls, they look like a playoff team.
Yeah, Bulls making shots, they'd be tough, man.
Yeah.
With Levine and DeRozan starting, those guys is like streaky shooters at best. So, without making shots, they'll be a problem.
Levine, he's probably going to re-up. with
Yeah,
Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't see him leaving now that they got a
no.
team over there.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee has some surprising losses. They won some good games, but they lost a couple of games that surprised me.
Yeah, one of those games was to the Knicks. Right? Didn't they have like a 20-point lead or something? Some crazy
Yeah.
lead, and the Knicks came back on them and ended up
Right.
winning by 20 something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. But remember this though, they didn't have Drew for a long period of time when the season started. Drew just came back.
That's
that's true.
true. And
Yeah,
then
Drew just came
Middleton is
back.
out still too, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right,
he's
right.
about to come back, I
He about to
think.
come back too. Plus, those guys are champions, so them guys probably going through that, going through the motions sort of
Yeah.
thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got this. We know what to do. Nah, don't do that, man. This year, different year than last year, man. So
Yeah.
you can't
Some
Yeah.
just
other
turn it on,
teams,
turn it off when you feel like it.
some other teams like his teams are kind of strange, like Indiana. Like I like the new kid Duarte that they got.
Yeah, I
He's
love
balling,
him. Yeah, he's
but
good.
Yeah, I just don't know what direction they're going in.
yeah, the
You
team
know,
seems out of whack. You got Duarte, you got Brogdon.
they
Then
could use it, and I think we discussed this before, but they could use Ben Simmons, and not because he's the greatest. He just presents he gives them a face of the franchise, so to speak. Because
yeah, and
right
then
now, I don't know who over there you can actually market.
Levert's not
Mm.
the same. I don't know what's going on with him. He seems up and down. Levert,
Got his confidence shot.
yeah, Sabonis and Turner.
Sabonis is
Turner
good.
went off on the Knicks.
Yeah, this
Hmm.
guy, the guy that they missing that they really could have used was T.J. Warren,
Is he
but
I
he's
hurt?
think he's
hurt.
about to
But
come back.
yeah,
Mm.
he been
But
hurt for
yeah, I
over
don't
a
know who
year.
they can actually market over there. They need a face of the franchise, so to speak.
Yeah, that's why I heard the Spurs were trying to get him. The Spurs, who's the face of the Spurs franchise right now?
It's a good question. Yeah.
They got about 8 guards, all that play the same position between Murray, White, Keldon Johnson, Lonnie Walker, Brent Forbes. All these dudes play the same positions or something, basically.
White,
And then they
right?
bought in, yeah, then they bought in McDermott, who does the same. So you got basically 8 guys that play the 3-2 and the 1, and you got retreaded power forwards and centers.
Hmm.
All this means is Pop might be out of there soon.
I think so. I really think that this might be his last year, this year or next year. But
Yeah, he gonna
because
hang it up.
anytime I never seen him, I watched some of his interviews. I never seen him talk about effort. Like I understand effort, but they losing games, and he's talking about he's really happy with them, how hard they played. That's never good. That's like when you got a little kids team, and you
Yeah,
know you're
He's starting to
gonna
sound like David Fisdale now.
lose.
yeah.
Yeah, they play their hearts out.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
but
starting to sound like Fisdale.
You
yeah.
gotta go saying that.
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
ready to go.
Yeah,
that's what was dad. He's a great group of
yeah.
guys.
That ain't Pop, man. Pop is
Yeah,
shrewd.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
great
he's
group
already
of guys.
resigned to the fact that he's not going to win with this team.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So
He
it's
done
like
packed it in.
before, yeah, he thought he had like a decent enough amount of talent to try to at least make the playoffs, and then we
Yeah.
see what we could do.
Hmm.
Now I don't even sound like he
Nah,
thinks
he's
it's even realistic.
talking about how good of people they are.
Hmm.
These guys are
Yeah.
great. I
Right.
never I never had a more interesting group of guys. What the hell I got to do with basketball? These guys are really intelligent. I'm like, dude, you looking for compliments to just give them other than basketball?
Hmm.
Maybe once Pop leaves, Doris Burke will come back. Because he used to give her a hard time
Yeah. So,
for one word interviews.
she might as well interview him right now. He probably have like a 2-hour interview at halftime. How bad they are. Yeah, do we got to go back to the game? Can we just stay here? Yeah, they're terrible. I watched some. Put it
Another
this way.
team,
You know what's funny? Every time the Lakers go out and lose some tough games, they have the Spurs on the schedule and then go and blow out the Spurs and they bring them right back. Like they blew the Spurs out today. The rest of the week they'll win 2-3 games, lose 2, and then play the Spurs, blow them back out to get some confidence back.
another team I think that needs to figure some things out is Sacramento. I don't know what they're doing. De'Aaron Fox doesn't really look the same. They drafted Mitchell, who I thought was Davion. I thought that was weird because they already had Halliburton right
Yeah.
in Fox. But I think Mitchell is actually good. So do they keep all three of them? Do they trade one?
Oh, you forgot. You forgot. They still got Buddy Hill coming off the bench. That
Yeah,
was
that's it.
another
Yeah, they also got Buddy Hield, right? Who they've been flirting with trading him for the last few seasons.
another Lakers bonehead move. Instead of getting Buddy Hill, go out and get Westbrook.
And that's what they could have used Hield now, right? Because he's a shooter.
Yep.
Or keep Caruso. He
Yep.
wanted to come back.
He wanted to come back. So
yeah, I don't
the
know what the
Sacramento,
Kings.
and they got the other kid that they drafted with Bagley that he's not even in the rotation.
Yeah, I think he refused to check into a game last week or something. He did the high school joint where the coach told him to check in, and he said, "Nah, I'm good." He sat on the sidelines.
No, that's one guy whose career might be over, man. You can't do that, bro. You gotta swallow your pride.
Take your shoes off.
Yeah, you gotta swallow your pride. Go in there, man.
You gotta get in the game. Yeah, you gotta.
Even they tell you, yo, you're not in rotation, man, and he kind of surprise you and say, "Listen, go in there, Kenyatta ring." You gotta go in there, man.
Yeah, he refused to go in the game.
You got to go in the other team looking at you, man.
His father been hasn't his father been talking a lot?
They mad at the coach because what's crazy is that he supposedly went out and did all this work and worked with the team and all this other stuff. And like before the first game, Walton comes up to him like, "Listen, right now you're not gonna be in the rotation. We're gonna go with a small lineup." They ain't got small lineup. With Holmes, only person that played the center on the team besides him is that dude Holmes. Other than that, there's no other big man on that roster.
Which is crazy. He can't even get minutes when there's.
They rather put Harrison Barnes at the center as the backup center. Put him out there.
That sounds kind of personal with the coach, man. Trying to do him dirty, man. There's no way he should be right on the bench and play for the Kings right now.
Realistically, I seen him play too. He could play.
Yeah, he can play. When he's healthy, he can play.
I mean, some teams, you know what it is? What happens is when another team finds interest in him, that's when they'll start trying to boost his value up. So if Popovich called up now, like, yeah, I want to get Bagley. Like, hold on a second. What you offering? Yeah, I'm going to give you one of these 7 guards I got. Listen, then they'll be like, I want a first-round pick for him. Nah, you ain't even playing this dude. You want a first-round pick?
I can't remember his name, but remember that other tall, slim, left-handed kid who bounced around the league? He might have came from out of high school. He was in the G League. He was on the Knicks at one point. Not getting any burn. Very slim, left-handed.
Jonathan Bender?
No, he was left-handed.
Laskin dude?
He was like brown skin.
Brown.
And he kept getting shot after shot, and then finally, he was overseas. I think Bagley's career seemed like he gonna be that dude.
Heading over there. Bagley gonna be the next Anthony Bennett.
He was on. Yeah, I'm trying to remember this kid's name.
I get the fear I can't get the name right now. Not Isaiah Hicks. No. I get the. He's tall. He's very tall. Yeah.
Like a Baldy or
I can't get his name right now.
Caesar.
I know you talking about.
Yeah, I can't get his. I have to fade, but I can't get his name. I'm drawing a blank with his name. Well traveled too. Keep getting shot after shot, like you said.
Yeah, Bagley seems like his career trajectory is the same as this guy's at this point.
Yeah, Bagley might be in the G League soon, man. Overseas, man. You gotta get in the court, man. To call your number in, man.
Hey, you want to hear something scary?
Gotta be a pro.
The Knicks signed that dude Luka Semantic, right? To the G League team, right? How bad could he have been that Popovich not only didn't put him on the NBA team, wouldn't put him on the G League team either?
Yeah, that's
I don't even want
tough.
you on my G League team. They drafted him too in the first round. And Wooden was like, yeah, we're going to cut complete ties with you. We won't even put you on the G League team. That's bad. We don't even want you playing in our organization no more.
That's bad.
And then Popovich was bugging out because he's the GM, and they went out and drafted that kid Primo, another guard.
Yeah, Pop knows overseas talent, man. He knows overseas talent.
I actually like Primo. He was like the youngest kid in the draft, right?
Yeah, Primo's good.
Yeah, he has talent.
Lonnie Walker won't be there next year because he's a free agent, and instead of taking the deal they offered him, he turned it down. So he'll find out what it is to get the mid-level exception.
Yeah, you gotta play good.
Yeah.
I don't know what these dudes expected. Lonnie Walker plays coming off the bench, plays 20 minutes, and if they offered you 4 for 60, you should have signed immediately.
Right.
Because going in a free agent, nobody's going to offer you. Right now, you see Lonnie Walker getting $15 million a year from somebody?
No.
There's no way. This dude's crazy. I don't understand this. I bet on myself. Well, you should stop gambling.
Yeah. You ain't playing well.
Yeah. Dudes is crazy, man. Definitely crazy.
Yeah,
So,
I think the
Theo,
kid
what you
I'm
got?
thinking
Go
of,
ahead.
either his first or last name was Anthony, I think. I think his first or last name was something Anthony, or his,
Yeah, I can't get his name. Still trying to find his name.
yeah, I'm thinking. I'm trying
yeah.
to.
But yeah, I think Bagley may be on that career path unless he changes it around. Especially like you said, the coach tell you to get in the game, you refusing to get out there. That's not a good look for other teams.
Right.
His career with the Kings is pretty much over, but now you got to get out there and show you're a team player and everything else. Other teams ain't gonna give you a shot if they see you sulking on the sidelines.
Who that kid that played for Duke years ago? Got drafted by Philadelphia. Light skinned guy, Okafor. Remember him? It's the same kind of
Jaleel,
ball
yeah.
player. Jaleel,
He moved around a lot, too.
moved around a lot, man. Moved around a lot. Didn't make it out.
He never made it. Well, he's still in the league. He actually still in the league.
Really?
Yeah, he's still in the league.
Okay. It's good to know.
Yeah, I guess, you can't teach height. They figure.
Oh, it was I found his name, Anthony Randolph. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Randolph?
Anthony Randolph.
Anthony Randolph was funny, though, because he's the first person I ever seen after he stopped playing for Kentucky, he was actually eligible. Remember, the Knicks didn't draft him. The Knicks signed him to a contract right after college.
Anthony Randolph.
Yeah,
yes.
I didn't even know how he did that. Remember, he didn't go to the draft. The Knicks just signed him.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, the Knicks. He definitely wasn't a Knicks draft pick.
Yeah, I don't even know how you could do that. He played for Kentucky that year, and then after the season ended, the Knicks signed him. He had to be old.
All the potential in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Randolph.
Yeah, he did. He had talent. I remember that name.
Oh yeah, I like him. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he just never could put it together.
Right. Some guys don't work any games too, man. Some guys feel like they saw some guys so advanced at an early age in their career they didn't work in a game.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta be 12 years old with grown man advancement, skill wise, and working a game. If I make it to the pro level though, they stay stagnant.
Derek Character,
right? He's one too. Remember that name, Derek Character.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, prideful name, man. People do that, man.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. So Theo, what you got for us today?
Oh, I just got one question for today. Which player in your prime would you bring back? NFL Michael Vick or NBA Allen Iverson? The player's era right now.
I'm going with AI. I always been a huge. I love Michael Vick, but I always been a huge Iverson fan, so I'm going with AI. You
know what? I might go with Michael Vick. You know why? Because with these new basketball rules with AI, he might be frustrated beyond belief. Because look at Damian Lillard and all these dudes, they upset.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Michael Vick get out there like. Listen, I like Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson can't pass like Michael Vick.
Right. Yeah. And plus, Vick in his prime, we can't touch the quarterback era. Oh, forget about it. Whew.
Yeah.
Wow. The same with AI, man. AI, saying the guys play on defense. AI played in a handshake era. Smacking dudes who can't guard him. Oh, forget about it. AI got a 40-year game, man.
Yeah. He'll blow past these. Guys, but
all these guys, yes.
As long as it was a non-basketball move.
Yeah.
James Harden is the master of non-basketball movement. Him and Trey
Yeah,
Young.
yeah. James is finally is coming out a little bit. He's adjusting to his game.
Yeah.
To his old style was really ridiculous.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
rules changed and he got to change.
Right.
So, any final words from you guys? What do you got, Reem, for your final word?
I guess for me, it's just I was just reading something about the NBA coach Dave Yeager. I think they caught early stages of cancer, so
Mm.
hopefully he gets healthy. I know he's stepping down at least temporarily to go through chemo, so get well, Dave Yeager.
Cool.
Yeah. As you guys know, college b-ball is back, which is my favorite sport of all sports, man. And I'm happy to enjoy this new season of college basketball. So I'm looking forward to it. My Warriors ain't too good this year, but they're too damn young. With the last few years, already we take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back.
Yeah.
Like this year we got a big time transfer come in. He had an on-campus situation. He couldn't play. Big man got hurt day before the game Saturday, so we played Dartmouth. We got smoked
Oh
by
wow.
Dartmouth. So we got 6 freshmen playing 6 freshmen, a sophomore and a senior right now, man. So it's kind of rough right now. So that being said, man, other than that, man, I'm glad college b-ball is back. And that's about it, man.
Yeah, I gotta listen. They gotta win something because I don't want to see Pat lose that job.
Yeah, man, exactly, man, exactly.
For me, I tell everybody, you guys if you haven't seen it, you got to check out that Colin Kaepernick joint on Netflix.
I seen that. I seen the headline. I didn't catch it
Yeah,
yet.
it's like it's not a movie. It's like a bunch of it's a series of things in his life. And what's interesting about it is that not only does it go through like scenarios in his life, he has like snippets inside the show of different Black historical things and different things with society going on with
Okay.
minorities right now. So
Mm.
it's part of his life, and then he goes into this, and it goes back into his life and stuff, and it's really interesting. I will say this is a lot. He's been through a lot. Let's just say that. Even dating back to when he was basically all the way back from middle school on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow.
gotta check it out.
That's
Yeah.
definitely something you want to watch.
And let me ask that before we go, man. That's how you talk about Colin Kaepernick. We gotta get a chance. Check out Kanye West on Drink Champs, man. Listen. This guy got it, man. Kanye, man. Wow.
Yeah.
This guy is deep, man. He's smart, man. Kanye's a genius, bro.
Well, he's
How he sees the world, man. This guy is on point. He's on point, man. It's 2 parts, about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Hour and a half each, man. But if we get a chance, man, check it out. Kanye West on Drink Champs with Nori, man. It's an eye opener, man. He's saying a lot, man. He's saying a lot.
I'm gonna check it out. I've seen a little bit, but I want to check out the rest.
Nah, you gotta watch it, man. You gotta take time out, man, and watch it, man. It's an eye opener, man, for sure. This kid's on point. Kid's on point.
Cool.
Gotta check it out.
Yes, please do that.
Yeah. But again, thanks for coming on. Love talking to you guys, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Have a good week, everybody.
Enjoy, homies. Good seeing y'all.